Oh, we did citizen engagement, I thought.
Well, it was about the college and trying to
Yes,
get the land?
that's the one, yeah.
Oh, okay, cause yeah, we had to write that one off.
And we
know
didn't really
that-
make a good advocacy plan. Like, we have advocacy, who's gonna look after it, apparently you're doing it all, and
What was that under?
advocacy.
Lobby in the government.
Is that, that's a different,
We decided to make advocating a priority, right? We said at our strategic plan meeting that we wanted to make time to go and talk to our government about issues when they're present, instead of waiting just for AUMA once a year, jamming them all in. We talked about going periodically throughout the year and how we would do that. So that's another one. So we could, you're right, we could actually get our own ideas on how would that move forward, economic development, what do we think, you know.
I think we should search out other groups to help lobby with us, such as when the chamber gets their, no, seriously, when
I
the
know, but
chamber
that's not
gets
what
their
we're-
act together, have them come with us to help
Digressing.
lobby. Or when other, no, we're looking for partnerships to lobby.
No, I
with
agree
us.
with you, but we're not having the conversation right now about lobbying.
No, but you
It
just
was
talked
just-
about lobbying here.
we're trying to
I didn't
figure out
try to
how
start
we
a
want to do
conversation.
this. Do we want to hammer through and try to get through economic development and then we're done? Or do we want to sort of everybody bring their stuff in and we can do it, at another time? I don't know what we want to do here.
Well, this is something that councils or organizations do, and they do it, the basic fleshing it out usually over a whole long weekend. They start Friday night, all day Saturday, Saturday night, and all day Sunday.
That sounds so much fun.
And you guys, well, I've done it a couple times, a couple organizations. You guys had your strategic planning in one evening. You've done that other one in another evening, now this. So basically you're doing the exact same thing except you're spreading it out.
Yeah.
But it's still a long process, but you're getting a lot done.
I mean, we could do strategic plan the way we've done it and just put it on the shelf again. This is actually putting some feet to it. And that's why it's more painful.
But we could still pull together one more session, but to sort of give our feedback instead of.
In September, because we're only having 3 meetings in the summer. Because we don't need 4.
Okay, well, let's finish this one. I'm sensing that, I don't know if economic development might not be all that long, or maybe it is. I'm just saying.
It's
No.
economic development's a big one.
Okay, so let's just.
And we want Nancy to do the all-net thing yet.
Okay. Oh, right.
So why don't
let's
we-
finish this, let her do the all-net thing, and then we'll come up with this so people can put in their activities, and then we just have those already decided, and we can briefly highlight which ones we want, and you know, what resources would it likely need, and then we can do this part really quick, instead of doing it all together.
Like do it at home and bring it back, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
bring it back, and then we'll just put them together, and everybody sort of thought about it on their own.
What about at our barbecue, if we lobby our citizens? Why not, when we're doing the barbecue, say, listen, we're trying to brand the town. How do you view the town?
Yep.
How would you brand the town?
Yeah, and how would you increase
Yeah, 'cause
the
it-
public image and community pride?
Yeah.
What would you do to
'Cause it
increase
work-
public image?
I know we're trying to solve the town problems, but let's bring the whole town in here and help us.
Absolutely.
Well,
That's why I said Survey Monkey.
Well, we can ask,
Yeah,
but
Survey Monkey.
just also be aware, Judy, that part of the challenge is we've asked, right? Councils before have asked. People don't come, right? You host a meeting, they don't come.
No, but because they're coming to the barbecue informally, while
Oh, for
we're
sure,
having them a
yeah.
barbecue.
Well, if
hey,
we get this
listen.
consultant, then.
And people look at me and say, "We voted you in." You guys just sometimes come up with a decision. So
No.
there's both sides of that, yeah.
I kind of like Terry's
If we want to do
thing.
more online engagement, we could put out a question of how can we increase public image and community pride? And ask that question. Get
Yeah,
people
or we can
talking
have,
about it.
you know, Nancy post something on, like, or on Facebook as well, right? Because people do respond to those questions, right? They will respond a little bit to them.
I'd like to see a Survey Monkey with a little blurb at the bottom of our town newsletter that says during this time, the Survey Monkey will be open, because it goes to everyone, the town newsletter. And then we definitely have people who would actually think, oh, well, maybe I should go online, as opposed to the regulars who go to Facebook all the time, we could actually increase it. So,
We could do both.
you know,
We're engaging them both ways, get the
yeah.
feedback.
But I like the professional branding person that Terry was talking about.
So, is this one of those things that we want to put online that, once every 3 months, we wanted to get feedback, right? And we put that
Yeah.
on the other one? There's a great
That might be the
topic.
first one we can start with.
That's a good one to start with, because this is something, and then we can adjust our goals once we hear what people want and what's important to them.
Yeah, we could even just indicate on the little blurb that we're just in the process of finalizing strategic planning and we'd like your input.
Or, and then just put a question on there that says, when you think of High Prairie, what do you think of? And good or bad, we'll get an answer.
But again, did this for the Canada 150. Wanted an image for, what was it? It was a contest for High Prairie and Canada 150, just a logo that they could make and send in. Put it on Facebook, had it on, emailed out, gave it to the radio station and the newspaper. Not one.
But if,
And there's
if
a
you,
prize, right?
but if you increase it, it's like, for example, there was a lot of people at the gun show, and if we really pushed those surveys, you get as many as you can. But
Oh, no, I
when-
think that, yeah, the surveys aren't.
No, but when we pushed it, we got a lot of people, not even the ones who didn't report, still started thinking about it. So I think we really need to do something.
So if you ask people about branding, ask them one image they think of when they,
Yeah, the consultant already has it in his thing, and with mileage, everything else is 6,000. So we figured if we put the 5,000 under the new brand and 1,000 under the logo, that'd be the 6,000 that he wants for everything.
Well, let's put the new brand, which kind of includes that, but there is a huge cost of changing our logo. And I agree with you, we can reduce those costs by doing it slowly.
Yeah.
But there are some things that you have to buy and do right off the bat, and there's, new letterhead
Yeah, so
you
let's
have
say-
to buy.
But like I said, I'd say 1,000 maximum, because what happens is that the letterhead, we're gonna use up the rest of what we've got, and then.
but even like the sign, the electronic sign, it's
Yeah.
got an image of the logo already painted, already
Yeah.
done, right? So like
You
different,
have to change those things.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff, we won't be reordering new stuff until our old stuff runs out. Why waste the money type of thing? And when you run out, we use the new logo, and they'll need one of those template.
no, you gotta
things,
throw it all out, because once you have a new brand, you're not gonna wanna send out a letterhead and an envelope that has the old logo on
Yeah,
it.
but if we have a template,
Because you might have enough to last you 10 years.
No.
no. But you
As
can,
far as
I don't
online,
even
actually,
use the
don't
letterhead.
have,
We
No,
just
I
went
don't.
through and-
Well,
you can do it through Publisher.
Right.
Very expensive. 'Cause you
That's what I
don't
do.
think like
I just
flags,
put it
you
all
don't
in
have
Publisher,
to order
but I'll make it
flags
print it out as you're
right
printing it.
away.
Well, if we don't know the number, you can throw something in there and then we'll just have to figure it out.
I just
Microsoft
put
Publisher,
3,000.
you can do all your cards and this, and
Okay.
as you need it, then you print it out. Yeah, just have to do it.
And how will we know when we have a new logo? Well, that's simple.
We get rid of the hands.
Oh, yeah, then the trucks will make new stickers and
That's
everything.
easy.
New logo complete.
You know what?
Yeah, new
It's-
logo.
Those kind of things are not that
And
expensive. Really.
we'll have new logo on town,
Letterhead.
property or what.
Well-
I'll just put town information. Develop a rec plan.
Well, that's basically rec right now.
Yeah. Is there any cost for that or resources that are needed?
Right now, from I think our perspective, no. There'll be potentially a rec board budget, or there could be a recreation item, but I think right now we can just leave the resource part of it out, because we've already got an area structure plan of right now the park and different pieces of it. The additions are just sort of like sketched in, so that's what we're working with. I think that's
Well, let's wait till the dust settles.
Leave the cost, what about a timeline? When are we looking at having this plan?
we've got a deadline for it to be presented to our board by the end of the summer. You guys could probably put the same one down, maybe the end of September, that you guys have that plan. And there's 2 stages to it, and the council can decide whether they want, how much they want to support it, but one of it's just JC Park revitalization, and here's the plan. and then the rest of it is just town in general, a master plan for recreation, just to say how do we want to move forward recreation and what are potential inventory of recreation.
Marketing, the dollars are gonna be unlimited because it'll depend on what council decides, that you could spend 3,000, we could spend 30,000, we could spend 300,000. So that'll be,
That's it, and it's an ongoing thing,
Yes.
right? I don't know if we can put a
exactly.
price tag
No,
on, or
I
even
wouldn't.
unless we want to come up with a specific marketing activity, then we could list it.
Yeah,
But if we be general, when we say marketing,
it's all the stuff we already
it's
do.
all general, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an ongoing and price we could
Exactly.
vary, I don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
We actually talked, Debbie and I were just talking about the recognizing accomplishments. We could actually incorporate part of that into our new website and actually have for recognizing accomplishments. For example, scholars who get a gold medal, or a person who gets recognized as being one of the best of the province, or things like that. We could actually do that would be an ongoing thing, obviously, but it would be off the website.
Yeah, and we have our wall of fame, so we already do this, right?
Can you put faces on our electronic sign?
I don't think so.
Oh, and what if you get it wrong?
I saw you.
Yeah.
Gotta put your face on the first, we'll see if it
So,
works.
when we go to recognize accomplishments of citizens, is this something we want on our strategic plan, or is there a specific activity we want to do? Because this is very broad in general,
Well, the activity that Brian was talking about, that we were chatting about, is a tab on a webpage
Yeah.
that recognizes.
So,
when we update the webpage, we add a tab that deals with.
yeah. For example,
Citizen accomplishment or-
with Ray Prevo, we could have had a tab on there saying, "Congratulations, Ray, for bringing the National Horseshoe Championships to our town," or "Congratulations to our rodeo queen," or things like that. If in the rodeo in the summer we have a winner from High Prairie, we could recognize this person as the top rodeo person from the rodeo, stuff like that.
Okay, so we're gonna say a tab on the website that identifies specific accomplishments of citizens, right?
Right.
That'd be council and Indian.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, this is something that we can measure, right?
Yeah.
And who's responsible for that?
Terry thinks council and admin.
I think it would be more council to recognize that.
Well,
But the admin
admin
would
can
have
bring
to
it
do
to
the-
council. I think it's all our responsibility. Whoever comes up with something, as opposed to just reading in the newspaper, we all
It
have
has
ears.
to be council driven, as far as I think that we can't expect that admin's going to pick
Correct.
the information out of the community that we think there's value in,
Yeah.
right? So then we'd have to be all responsible. So if we want to do this, we have to be all responsible to bring forward the
That's right.
information that admin knows what to put on that tab. So if we decide to go forward with it,
And we've had lots of really super things that happen in our community in the past, and our citizens, have done great things. And it's not necessarily the town, but it's some of the county people, but you
Well.
consider them.
but like this whole Ray Prevost thing, he lives in the county.
He lives, it's nothing
Well,
to do with.
we also had two students from
Yes.
St. Andrews who were going to present to the Senate a water project, and they were representing Northern Alberta.
And where were
I
they
mean,
from?
they're from the town.
Are they from the town,
I believe they are.
or were they from the county?
No, I think it may be one of each, but what I'm saying is that's important thing. We had some of our science projects that went to the province.
Okay, there's
So,
no cost involved in that, and.
just time, really.
But this is we're trying to increase public pride. Those are the things that increase public pride. right?
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
Yeah, ongoing. And what the measurement of success is that people actually tell us that thank you would be what I
I
would
think it would
say.
just be that we actually have the page, right? Have the page and update it, or have the page and it be current.
I'm not joining the team.
Are you leaving us?
Yep. Oh, our people are leaving.
I mean, there's good discussion and good accomplishments at this point. My head hurts and there's too much of this going on and I just can't
flush.
Okay, well, let's just finish this off. Town teams to play other municipalities and teams. I don't know, to me, I don't know how I mean, we could set up a town team, but I don't see this as one of our strategic plans. I
No,
think we
that's
might
more-
do it if we wanted to.
It's a fun
It
thing.
would
But it is not a bad idea for administration to look into if they want, especially for staff.
Oh, I think it's great.
And then maybe from there, the staff, it'll be a spin-off of a council playing staff or something like that, right? Like, but I think that the opportunity for staff to have something that's
Well,
team-based.
It would hit the public image thing. Maybe not the community.
I mean, we
pride.
can put administration down there as, you know, just sort of to fill in our blanks and
Our office won't. Cause someone
your
came,
office is no fun.
I know. Somebody came in last week suggesting, hey, why doesn't, council and staff maybe throw in a team of the fundraiser thing? So I even mentioned to the staff and they're like, no way.
I wasn't here, I would have said yes, no.
They said, everyone
One
said
person staff,
no.
all right.
But you know what, there may be, like Public Works used to. Public
Well,
Works,
they had a ball team.
they had a ball team.
This
right?
was for baseball.
Yeah, Public Works had a ball team. And maybe you could,
Oh, I play still too.
introduce that idea again, maybe. I mean, this year is probably getting a little late, but yeah. But for next year? Or maybe it's if you have that town
I think for
barbecue,
that,
you have a
just
ball game.
have to
Have it
give
at J.C. Park and you have a
Take
ball
a, take
game.
a survey among the staff to see if they'd be even interested.
You know what, let's not assign this one to anybody, because we've got some other big ones on there, and just leave it so we don't lose the idea.
Right.
But say, this isn't something that we're gonna push in the next
No.
year, right? Where it's there, and it would be great if something happened, but it's not being assigned, it's not one of our priorities.
See, I could see it if there was a tournament and they were short a team, it's like, hey, let's throw a team together.
Yeah. Okay, prizes, awards for best home, i.e. Halloween, Christmas,
Continue on like we did.
Yeah, just have admin look after.
Yeah.
But do you want ideas from council as to what?
Well, if
Holiday.
there's more than Halloween or Christmas, I don't know what else you.
I think you need to deal with, that needs to be in conjunction with,
I know.
The
we-
There can be
Yeah,
Easter,
we-
there can be, you can make it.
Beautification is the one
You know,
that
you can do
deals with a lot
spring
of stuff. We need
yards or,
to-
like,
we can't handle it ourselves, it needs to be with the community, not just admin.
But we shouldn't be taken away from.
who's responsible?
we don't wanna take away from beautification, because they do the Christmas light thing, don't they?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We do the Christmas light up, but you know what, if we
No,
could,
but I thought they did something for the best house too,
No.
like an award for their.
I don't think they do Christmas lights. I think they do the best yard in the summer.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
but we
Do they do
could,
the
we could
Christmas?
encourage some of these ones.
Well, what we should do maybe is look into what beautification does. Why don't we put that down right now as a starting place? Is to have administration just check with beautification as to what awards they give out. And we'll see if there's actually an opportunity for this, because maybe it really doesn't exist. Maybe it is being done.
Or see if they wanna take this on, and then we'll give them some support for doing it. As opposed to more stuff for admin to deal with.
But it's nice when council does something like this.
Yeah.
No, but we'd be the sponsor of it, they would be doing that work instead of,
It's not that hard to work.
okay,
It's just some pictures.
Okay, well, we'll leave it.
People vote, you hand them
Admin's
out.
gonna look into this.
Yeah, just look into what isn't being done, like, and not take away from what's already being done. But if they're not doing Christmas, and we know they weren't doing
come back with
Halloween,
Some ideas for us.
yeah,
right?
that we knew they weren't doing Halloween, and that's been fun. But
We
maybe
have two separate.
And resources, well, we have to be able to.
We had three.
give out
Residential
prizes,
and
so we
business.
gotta put some,
we had a few different categories. Yeah.
we're gonna have to put some dollar figures towards this, right?
500,000?
It's gotta be.
500,000.
500,000?
I'm gonna decorate my house.
Where
I'll
are you?
decorate my house for Halloween.
Okay, and
Yeah,
when
that's
do
a
we
good
want
box
this
of
by?
stuff.
What's the timeline?
November is light up.
30th of
Yeah.
Christmas, after Christmas.
actually, it would do.
No, we don't want it after Christmas.
It would actually depend on the,
The
At the
deadline.
end of the year.
yeah,
We'll measure it on December 30th of 2018.
Yeah.
It's gotta be done by then, right?
Yeah.
And how will we know? Will we have,
Response
Prizes
from
given out.
beautification.
Prizes given out to the various.
Well, and also response, like Terry said, from beautification, because we're actually trying to check on whether or not it needs to be done, right?
Maybe we can work with beautification.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather delegate than do it ourselves. And I don't want to delegate everything to a NIM, even if they are enthusiastic. Seriously. I'd rather delegate it to the community to develop the community pride.
Awards given out, right? So we're either gonna give out awards or we're gonna have beautification do it. So we got those. Well, no, I'm just gonna say our end result here, we'll measure it if we've got awards given out, whether it's by us or whether it's by beautification.
Right.
There will be awards given out. So that's how we would measure this. Okay. Clean town, new developments must be paved.
No,
We're just
I'm
gonna-
saying that's already being done, right?
But you just wanna add a policy or something that we,
No.
No?
It's in their development agreement.
so we don't even have to
So
do
we
it.
also talked about storefronts and everything else,
this
This
so.
is something you can do, you can't go back
No, you
and
can't.
tell previous businesses to
Yeah.
pay it right there.
So this we don't need, right? It's already in there,
Right.
it's not something we're
Right.
gonna do. It's already being done, right? It shouldn't be in our plan.
Note the rule.
Yeah. Improvement grants for businesses?
You'd have to set up some sort of criteria. Council would have to review the applications. Then you'd have to decide how much money you want to spend. There's a lot of background work that needs to be done before the actual improvements.
I think you gotta talk with the businesses to see what would work for them, right? Would they buy into this? Because if you don't get them on board, it's useless.
So we can have admins look after it, but
But then I'm sure they will.
But
I'm sure once we get a
Counselor-
brand,
Put Counselor Long in there, he's on the chamber rep, you can take it to the chamber and.
yeah, you could put,
If they ever meet again.
you could put admin in council, but I think really what we need, because we don't want, we were not saying for sure we're doing this, we're just saying we're gonna look into the option of doing it, right? So you're gonna just have to do some research.
Okay, so we're just gonna put research here?
And then we can make a decision, cause
Yeah.
this was just sort of off the cuff.
Research improvement grants, and so are we gonna put Michael here? He's not here, I wanna.
yeah, put them in there.
All right.
And you can put my name in there too.
All right, and no resources for you.
No.
I think there's already a few thousand in the budget already, because you guys had discussed this for your strategic plan the year before, so I think there's a few thousand.
But we don't need the few thousand to research it.
No,
It's if we do something with the research,
exactly.
then we need the money.
And we wanna have this done by,
Probably give a couple months.
Yeah, maybe even just the end of the year.
End of
like
the
I think
year.
that, yeah,
so December 30th?
and then we can make a decision and
'Cause
launch
that's-
something if we
But
want to.
that's also
in
the time
next
we're
year.
dealing with budgets, so
Yeah,
it's
so
better
then
to
we
do
have
the
to see
end of the
whether we're
year.
gonna put more money in the
Yeah.
budget, if this is an idea that's
Yeah.
worthy of going forward with.
How will we know if it's done?
Interest by the community. by the
Right.
business.
Well-
We'll know if they've researched this by doing a presentation to council, right? Okay, artwork on light posts.
We have some very creative people in this community that could probably design some artwork that would reflect after branding, because it has to be after branding, that would connect with everything. Like for example, no offense, I love what they do at Slate Lake, where you have the meta ones of different animals that that live around the lake, I guess it is. But it's really nice to see the metal things on the streets. It's something you see all year round. And if we had local art people that are very creative, that would increase the community pride, because the local person could say, "We helped design these."
Put the fire chief under this one.
As a
There you
lawyer.
He's a welder, he could weld things.
Well, you know, we researched this as part of the sesquicentennial. That was one of the ideas, is that we would leave these kinds of projects. And there's lots of companies that have fancy things out there, and you can get them made, absolutely. But they weren't cheap.
No, I know.
Oh.
They were not cheap. And then,
Well.
so maybe what we should put down here, and you know what, I'm gonna put this down with
Research again?
research.
And we're gonna have Brian Gilroy and the fire chief working on it.
There we-
Yeah.
There we go, yeah.
I didn't mention the fire chief on that one. That was Judy.
No, that was the other Brian.
Yeah.
You said it first.
No,
We got it on tape.
fire chief would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good job for him.
Okay, and again, we'll bring this back by the end of the year, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be back from vacation by then, right?
Shoe shop should be.
Presentation to council. Oh my
You
goodness.
know what, I think before December 30th for some of these things is too late if we want it in the budget. Cause we gotta have a budget, much earlier than that, unless we're waiting until budget of, not
Well, unless
2019.
Terry,
Change it to November 30th, that still gives people enough time, and the budget should
When's
be
May go in?
approved by the end of
End of
December, so
September.
that still gives you your first meeting in
That'll
December.
give you your interim budget.
and then Terry knows now to put those in the budget as potential line items,
Yes.
right? So,
Just change them to November.
'Cause, yeah, if it's too late, these won't get included in our budget.
Why don't we just look into it? And wait.
Okay, and community activities, well, we've been working on those, aren't we? I don't know if we need to put this one in here, or do you guys see something different?
I'm not sure what you mean by community activity.
Well, we
He
wanted to
said
do
events.
activities where the people got engaged, right? And it was
and
like-
it enhanced community pride, right?
Barbecue.
The people were very encouraged when they did the free skating and the fireworks, because that was something that families could do together. And people who didn't want to do that could go to the parties where they were strictly with just adults. So I mean, I found it very.
Why don't we just leave it on there like an item that we don't want to lose, right? Because I think it's important. I think that it is attached to community pride, but
Put the barbecue underneath it, so. that-
Yeah, so that we know what
Okay.
Yeah.
to reference it by.
Wow.
So i.e.,
With the new with something
barbecues,
One out of
tremendously well.
we had the.
Skate day?
skates.
see, because free skate day or free swimming day, those are things that we can do as events for the community that really don't have to cost us hardly any resources.
And, I mean, we have free skating every Sunday for the community, but this would be something
That's
that,
like at the New Year's Day,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like shinnies and stuff like that, like part of community activities could even be that we advertise better what's actually happening in the community, because people don't know sometimes that
Once
it's
again, that
PD
comes
day
to
and
branding and website too. We use
Yeah.
that more
Well,
effectively.
The thing is that what some people don't realize, not everybody's on Facebook. Not everybody's
Yeah,
got
that's true.
online.
Yep.
Because our broadband sucks in this town, some people haven't bothered getting computerized even. So you gotta be able to reach them too. You gotta go to both extremes, old style and new style.
But even the fact that we have Facebook and a webpage and all this online, we're still not communicating all of the recreation schedules very well. And I've noticed a big change in the last couple of years. But the town very much only dealt with public works. We only were about roads, right? Snow removal, and like when we said, hey, can you put this thing on for FCSS, or can you do this? Can you say what's going on in the community? We've had to sort of bridge those relationships because we didn't want to support, like we didn't think that our platform
Give it a
Mm-hmm.
should
minute,
support
that's how we're gonna
FCSS or
answer.
recreation because it wasn't really a town department,
Okay,
right?
you're up.
So
Now I have to
we're
try and get the
moving
internet
forward,
working.
and
I know.
with that, I think that's just a communication piece.
Is Facebook something new?
Okay, so we've done this one. And
I wonder
we're
if
gonna go to
Twitter
the
will
all
just
net
really
stuff.
Better save that, Nancy.
I'm gonna some other time with you on that, because I'm gonna go also. But I was gonna mention Brian and Nancy. Nancy wasn't here, but you were, Brian. When I was here before, we did have a team. We did have an event, golfing for all the staff.
Oh
We
yeah,
had that
that'd be
one
good.
day. I organized all that in 2010.
See, now you know who'll organize your activities.
That was a little bit of work, and I didn't like doing it, but No, it was, we had that day and everybody had a blast.
Well, and sometimes and that's part of why I like to say the county even puts on that golf tournament, even though all the staff does is work at it. They have a day off from work and they have fun organizing the golf tournament.
It was, staff, some counselors, it was just a golfing day. And we took, I think it's towards the office on top, we went golfing that day, and the office was closed. Too bad, so sad for people, we were closed that afternoon.
Got a motion here.
And we did the same thing when I was at Region Lake, and again, I organized it there, because we had a lot of older people who didn't do, we could go and, fish and this and that stuff. We had meetings though, and so we met the same thing we did, in the afternoon, and
We're just
we
calling
came
it
back to
here.
the summer, and had so much fun, it was fabulous.
All right, I'll do the official motion, meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Oh, we're adjourning?